Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. I've been doing a series of videos on using ChatGPT to do Midjourney prompts. And this one is featuring the daily theme for today, which is ferrotype. And what I wanted to discuss was ideas on using ChatGPT to make ferrotype prompts. So ferrotype is a synonym for tintype, which is an old-fashioned type of photography that was used when photography was in its infancy. And I thought it was an interesting choice for the daily theme because I don't expect that 6.0 would be particularly better at this sort of image than the version 5. Because I've done these with version 5 and they turned out about the same. But something that I found very, very much better with the 6.0 were certain types of paintings. And I think I'd like to look at other types of paintings besides the ones that I've looked at. The ones I mainly looked at are Impressionist and Post-Impressionist paintings. And these are stunning. Just the way the color is. You look at the sky. I think I was really amazed at the uh, improvement from 5.0 on some of these images where you can really, it just looks a lot more like a painting. Um, I'll show like this is an example here. I, I mean, I'm not an art expert, but I don't know if I could tell that this wasn't a painting if I just saw this image. And it didn't take much of an eye previously to see, that they weren't actual paintings. But this is another one. This if I just saw this picture and was asked whether this was AI generated or a real painting, I don't I don't know enough. I don't have a good enough eye to where I could find something here that looks wrong in terms of that. So this is what I've seen so far that is the most impressive on 6.0. And I'd be interested to see what other people have to think about the subject. But let me get back to the topic for this video, which is the main thing that I wanted to talk about was how you can use ChatGPT to help you create prompts given um, given a limitation to work with. So the limitation here is ferrotype. And what I started with was I gave it a certain structure to use. So the structure is that it should have about 6 phrases and about 20 words. So that's explained here. So I told it that the daily theme is ferrotype and that it should have about 6 phrases and about 20 words. And I gave it an example prompt to work with. And so it created prompts with that structure. And then I asked it to do some. So this is one of the ideas I wanted to show because I use this idea a lot. I think it works really well. What I told it to do was I said for it to choose 6 iconic words, and the words aren't necessarily single words, but there's like a word or two or three that are iconic to a given theme. So the theme could be a location or it could be something else. And then it uses the iconic words to derive the prompts. And then the prompts are of the structure. that I originally gave. So these are 6 prompts for New York City. And I asked it to do it as of the time that tintypes were being used, and the same thing for Paris, and then for London and Berlin and Tokyo. And then I asked it if pictorialism was used with ferrotypes, and it said no. This is ChatGPT speak for no. Uh, and then I asked if it was used by artists or artistic effects, and it said yes. And so and it gave me answers as to how. And so I chose one of these. I chose number 4, which is what I particularly had in mind, because I know that contemporary artists like to use things from the past, different types of techniques and effects. And so I asked it to do some like that. And then finally, I asked it if the ferrotypes or tintypes could be used with color, because I am aware of the fact that these older techniques that were monochromatic, they would like hand paint and use different techniques to make them more interesting. And so it said yes, it would use the hand coloring, and also mentioned that it would combine it with other media. So I asked it to do something like that, and I'll show the images that it came up with here. So this was the first prompt that I asked for. So these are just ones that it made up without any sort of direction other than just the structure of the prompt, and to have the word ferrotype in it. I say this was my favorite batch. I upscaled all 4 from this batch, these 4 that we're looking at, of a 19th century explorer. And then train station. And here we get into the New York ones. So Brooklyn Bridge, Central Park, the Flatiron Building, Fifth Avenue, Ellis Island. And here we have the Paris ones, Eiffel Tower. Not sure what this is. I'll peek. Oh, this is Broadway. Don't know how that got intermixed. Okay. Back to Paris, so we've got the Seine, Notre Dame, Montmartre. I like Montmartre very much. That's one of my favorite areas of Paris. This is Berlin, more Berlin, a third Berlin, and Tokyo. I think this was my favorite of the Tokyo ones. It's I think it kind of captured the idea pretty well. And I don't know Japanese, but one of the improvements of 6.0 is it seems to have gotten better with writing, because this writing looks reasonable to me as someone who well, doesn't know the script involved. These are contemporary ones. So these are contemporary artists using tintype techniques. This is back to the 19th century. This is using hand painting techniques on top of the monochromatic tintype. This was an artistic idea, combining the tintype with the collage. I thought this was one of my favorite ones. This is another hand coloring one. I thought this was quite nice. This looks to me like it looks a little bit too good. I guess this eye is a little funny, but boy, they're certainly getting better. The eyes, but this looks quite close to me of what one would expect of a hand coloring of a tintype, what that would look like. And here's another one using that same technique. I think that's the end of them. So to reiterate, the main point of the video was just to give some ideas about how you can use ChatGPT to create Midjourney prompts within a certain limitation, such as, for example, tintypes or ferrotypes. I hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching.